Hello sir, Assalamu alaikum. I am Anando Bardhan. As a group leader of the group Believers, I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity. Actually, our presentation topic is what we believe we achieve. Yes, it is a quite unique topic, but actually we have tried to design our report in a way so that we can actually prove this statement. And for that, we have actually conducted a interview-based survey with the help of the 23 respondent and actually by making a questionnaire. And with the result of the survey, and we have also included different success stories of great personalities and the different theories of the self-belief and also the struggling stories of the different people during the COVID-19 situation and also our own life experiences in order to validate this statement. Now I will end this introductory speech here because I will also join later, but now our main discussion will be started by Mo Bonik.
Thank you, Anando Bardhan. Assalamu alaikum. I am Noboni. My ID is 20203019. Great personalities are not born as great. Almost all great people acquire greatness through combating against hardship and challenges. In this journey, their main weapon is their belief on themselves. Here, we represented that how beliefs made Steve Jobs as a founder of Apple, Ronaldo as the most valuable gold maker, or Rudolph as the Olympic gold medalist. We also find that Bill Gates and Steven Spielberg reached zenith of their success by believing their dream. In my opinion, Jordan Romero, a 13 years old boy who conquered the roof of the world, the Everest, is the most encouraging believer among them. I also struggle in my personal life to start my MBA study, but at last I started it. I think it could be possible due to my strong belief. Now I would like to invite next presenter to continue. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I am Mohammad Musafir Shahriar. Before starting my presentation, I would like to thank our honorable course teacher. Our presentation topic is what we believe we achieve. In my presentation part, I am going to discuss briefly about the efficacy theory and share my experience. So let's start it. Physiologist Albert Bandura described these beliefs as determinants of how people think, behave and feel. He proposed the concept, a personal judgment of how will one can execute courses of actions required to deal with prospective situations. According to Bandura, there are four major sources of self-efficacy: mastery experiences, social modeling, social persuasions, and physiological responses. Actually, self-efficacy is a person's beliefs in their ability to succeed in a particular situation. People with a strong sense of self-efficacy can develop deeper interest in the activities in which they participate. On the other hand, people with a weak sense of self-efficacy avoid challenging tasks and quickly loses confidence in personal abilities. I will give you an example. For me, I always wanted to have a nice car, a beautiful house in a nice area, and a lovely family. About 2 years ago, I lost my job, but I realized that this was not a permanent thing. I could turn my life around, so I did. In that time, I started my own business of motorbike accessories showroom. I returned to work and tripled my income in the 3 years. I now have all the things I wanted because I believe I could, I believe I deserve it. Thank you.
Hello sir, I am Anando Bardhan again. My ID is 20203039. Now I will discuss about the survey result and the findings. Actually, we have conducted a thematic analysis based on the 5 themes. This thematic analysis has been furnished with different verbatim from the different respondents along with the both quantitative and the qualitative result. Actually, our first theme was full of self-confident or self-belief actually drives to positive attitudes. Actually, it is a fact that when we start believing ourselves, a positive attitude or vibes comes inside our mind. There was a question that was asked to every respondent that actually indicates how the self-belief can drive to different positive attitudes in our life. And we have found the different answers, and we have actually found the presence of positivity, self-energy, self-appreciation attitude, and also the knowledge of self-worth and the self-awareness attitude from our respondent. Actually, one of our respondents said that when he start doing any task, he actually start telling himself that he can do that, he is able to do that task. Because he told that when he start talking with himself, he actually get a confidence. And this confidence actually gives him an internal strength that actually gives him the reason to get success in his task. Another respondent also told that when he start believing himself, he is continuously start appreciating himself even if after completing a simple first step of any targeted task. Because he believes that because of his skills and abilities he has finished that task, then why he will not appreciate himself? Because he believes that when he appreciate himself, a positivity or confidence comes inside himself that actually helps him to fulfill the task. Actually, like these two verbatim, we have found different verbatim from the respondents there, which actually indicate that self-belief actually drives to the different positive attitudes. And we cannot deny that without these positive attitudes, we can achieve anything. Okay, now I will share one of my life incident actually. After my HSC examination, I needed to give a 2 year study gap because of my family problem. But after 2 years, when I started to think to start my career, actually I shifted myself from science to commerce background because at that time I was thinking that as I have already taken 2 years study gap, so I may not able to get success as a science student, especially as an engineering field. At this point of time, I think that decision could have been changed. Decision could have been changed if I could believe myself at that time, though I have no regret as a BBA student. But this is the fact that lack of confidence at that time actually helps me to take that decision. Actually, thank you, sir. That's the end of my presentation. Now, our next participant will continue the presentation.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm also Elona. I'm a student of Jawaharlal University EMBA program. Today, I'm sharing with you one of my best experience in an interview. In the year of 2010, I'm working for a non-reputed NGO. One day, my boss comes toward me and asks that we are going to close our organization within within a very short time. So, no need to continuing in service at this moment. I'm saying, boss, please give me 1 month at least and I can search a job for me. But he declined. Then I'm moving forward to search another one. In that period, I'm going in a paper shop and buy a job newspaper and see an interview and walk-in interview schedule in Ispani Distribution Limited. I'm moving forward because I believe this that I need this job, otherwise I did not survive myself with my family. Then I'm going and then I'm entered to the interview board and they says that we need a security money at least 30,000 BDT for those candidates who after joining in this organization. Then I say this job is not for me and I am moving forward myself. When I comes towards in the gate, one of the HR guy of Span Distribution Limited says that we need some distribution in charge and there is no need any security money of this position. I stopped and start believing that this job is only for me. Then I start to face their questions, their experiment in my about my computer skills and others. Finally, they choose me and post and they give and they posting me in my home district. In this experience, I realized that if we believe ourselves, we can achieve anything we need. That's all from my end. Thank you very much for watching me.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Asaduzzaman. Thanks to Sohail Rana for chance say something on this stage. Also thanks to my group leader. I prepare assignment topics is what we believe we achieve. Without self-belief, do any tasks? No. Self-belief is an important thing for successful human life. Every top person reach the topper level for self-belief. For every person behind the skin, they are acquired self-belief. Without self-belief, you cannot do any tasks at else. My personal opinion: if self-belief, you can any tasks in this world. Actually, I self-believe I cannot do it. When যখন I shifted Dhaka from my village, I cannot cook properly. Even any smell, take a smell spices for cooking. One day, my mother teach me for cooking properly. Day by day, at present, I cooking properly and tasty food. It's called self-belief. Because of my self-belief, one day I prepared good food. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Zevita Singh Jyoti and I am going to present COVID-19 situation and self-belief. Pandemic in 2020 has taught us a lot of things, but most importantly, to keep faith in Almighty and on ourselves. This is what has helped a lot of people to survive in this pandemic. Corona had a huge impact on our country and also on employment. A lot of people from different walk of life has lost their job during this pandemic. From all the 4 stories, I would like to share one single story which is of Mr. Shajib Ali, who was a RNG worker and used to work in the cutting section of a very reputed worker and used to work in a garments company. But due to pandemic, he lost his job. He was the only earning member of his family and he used to support a family of 6 persons. But in the pandemic, when he lost his job, he didn't lose his hope. Instead of losing his hope, he find a new job which is of a delivery man. This is how he has overcome the hard time in the time of pandemic. Lastly, I am going to talk about my life story where I have kept my self-belief and able to achieve my goal. I was a pretty average student in my high school days and I used to score very low in maths. The reason behind this was I was afraid of math and I used to believe that math is very difficult. I figured out
that the reason behind my failure in mathematics was that I was always afraid of math, and I used to believe that I can never do well in maths. When I changed my belief and start believing that math is not at all difficult, it is a very interesting subject, and if I give my 100%, I can definitely do well in math. By changing my self-belief, I scored A+ in my SSC exam in maths. Conclude our presentation with a saying that if we keep believing in ourselves, nothing is impossible. This totally justified our topic, which is what we believe, we achieve.